Yeah. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order today. We stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scott's online. Hi, Scott. Okay. Look for a motion to approve today's agenda.
So moved. What do you want to do last week?
Scott is not,
Scott is not coming to.
yeah, hang on, I'm asking him to unmute himself.
Oh, yeah, it's down in the corner. Probably out.
Well, that's what, yeah, probably, he probably doesn't
Blind
realize
eye.
we're live yet.
If not, we can just close them all.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, I'll go ahead and second that then. Approval of today's agenda. Any discussion, Kevin, on that? No? All those in favor say aye. Aye. And a motion to approve the minutes for January 8th.
So moved.
I'll second that as well. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, have you had a chance to look at the claims?
I have.
I did too.
Yeah.
I didn't have any questions, did you?
Claims for February.
Okay.
How much is that?
Let me get to that part of my packet. 126,183.63. So actually a little one. I got a lot better than that.
And I did lay the extra sheets on your desk that have to be signed to remember to install.
Yeah. We'll initial these and send them through.
Oh, it's 2 weeks.
We have a motion and a second for the claims. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Carries. Initial those when you get time. Any meetings attended?
I did not have any.
I had so many, I can't even remember what I did. I had one, at least one every day. We met with the insurance company. I don't even know what day that was.
Thursday.
Thursday. They did give us a proposal. Is he gonna be online today or next week? I'll give this to you to look at. We're kind of the opinion that we're gonna do a 0% rate increase this year, based on where our budget's at. It will reduce our fund balance from 703,000 is what we have in there now to 693. So
And that's keeping.
$10,000.
Premium increase is zero.
Zero. Now, we could institute like a 1% rate increase or 1.5. And basically all that does though is just raises our fund balance.
Right.
So I thought it was kind of silly to raise a tax to put it in savings. You know, I just didn't, and especially when our fund balance was just shy of $750,000, I didn't think it was necessary. But he's gonna be here next week on Zoom to basically go over this. This is where our fund balance is now. That's at 0, that's 1.5, that's at 3. So just so you have that information, and everything else, nothing else changed. So that was actually good news.
Yeah.
What's the total for the premium, Sean?
Oh, it's in that book. I don't know it off the top of my head.
That's just expensive.
That would be our total county premium. No, it's not yet.
There's the split at the bottom that was, employee part and county part.
I don't know. I'll let you look at that. There's some the numbers on that.
And is that health insurance or?
Health insurance,
Oh.
yeah, not business insurance. So we kind of gave them the direction. I did tell them, they did a 1.5 and a 3. I said, well, show me a 1,
Yeah.
you know, just for curiosity's sake. And I don't know very well, but that's our decision to make next week. Conservation had a meeting yesterday. Everything went well. We got right through the agenda, I thought, in pretty good time. Talked about some tree donation, memorial donations, and they did go back through their budget. They redid a budget. They'll be presenting it on the 11th, which is next week. They did what we asked them to do. They took the 40,000 out.
Okay.
They reduced their proposed budget by 40,000, and they did move the other money into where we thought they were low. So they did a good job, and actually ended up being $40,022.36. So, yeah, he will be here next week to go over all that with us. So that worked out well. I don't know, the other ones were just, said there was nothing important, so. Scott's still there. How about public input? Does anybody wanna?
The judge ordered Sam back on the Conservation Commission.
Yep.
Was in that order for him to be the chairman, or is he gonna be the chairman since he left as chairman?
I know, I'm still the chair, but he did attend the meeting yesterday and everything went fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody else? Maybe you got something to add, Randy, you got anything back there in the corner you wanna add? No? How's Grandview going? Okay?
Wait,
Huh?
he's awake.
Yeah, he's back there. Columbus Junction ambulance report?
I emailed to you guys.
Huh?
That was emailed.
Email, I did see it. Okay, I do want to go back over to Liz, so I'm missing a couple of totals. I'm gonna get all the totals for the back month, so I'll have to go over and talk to her about that. We had one payroll change. I think it was a length of service. You saw that, I guess. Steps, it was a step increase. Now we're down to Kathy.
You know what, this is my annual opportunity to come and tell you what the Historic Preservation Commission has done. But Susan offered me to send it to you, so I could have done what the Columbus Junction ambulance just did. You guys could look at it in your email, have just passed it off, and I would come, then I couldn't even talk. So here I am giving it personally, because that's what we've always done. I don't know. I'll send it to Susan in advance so you can look at it next year. But it really, the historic preservation, Sean knows a little bit about this. So it's not Historical Society, which is different. It's pretty specific. It's a commission appointed by the supervisors to identify, preserve, and protect historic and prehistoric resources, generally buildings, but could be burial sites or other Native American things, and perhaps the site of something historical. We don't, maybe an assassination attempt of a president, or Lincoln Douglas Bait site, which at this moment we haven't done that those. That doesn't mean that in the future we won't have something exciting like that. But so what we have worked on primarily is National Register, getting buildings on the National Register, and then we are often asked for information. So our last year, so really what I'm here to tell you about is that last year we did a significant amount of work on where the county home used to be located, so the sheriff could apply for that grant for that shooting range out at the complex I'm talking about. He didn't want, or maybe you didn't, well, it wouldn't be you, maybe you and the previous supervisors didn't want it on the location of the county home. I'm not sure what the issue was, but he asked me to identify the county home property so that the shooting range wouldn't be built on the county home. Somebody must have mentioned that as something sensitive to
I
that.
think we were talking about where they're buried.
Oh, yes, yes,
The
yes,
burial.
the cemetery. No, you're right, the cemetery and the county home. Yes, you're right. So with the help of the Historical Society and someone, I found someone that used to work there as a teen. The burial ground is sort of underneath the water tower out there. The cornerstone of the building is still there too, and that would be to the west of the water tower. But that shooting range is way out on kind of in the field by the jail. So that was insignificant. We were asked for some history and advice on the building here in Wapello, the old theater at 325, just wanting to know if we thought we could, after they had the building and got some things moving forward, could we work on a historical register project with them? And I talked with them about that. And then assisted the group at the Fairview Church on finding grants and craftspeople who would be able to help them finish that building in the style that the historical style. So the one thing, and we finished the National Register project for the Millinger Memorial Library, which is City Hall in Morning Sun. That got completed and approved. So we did not, Sean and I have talked about this maybe for 3 years now. We did not get all of our buildings put on a site online. I mean, what some counties have that have additional funding is to a mapping thing where you could just click and find out the history of the building. It would open up, right? And what used to be there or what assassination happened there, that kind of thing. And we just haven't found anything affordable and doable. The GIS, your Beacon people did agree to do a layer for us, but it's not as usable and user-friendly as what we're looking for. So we'll see. We did also apply, wasn't on our plan, but we were requested by Southeast Iowa Regional Planning to help develop the grant to hire a consultant to look at districts in Wapello and Columbus Junction. And that grant got approved just last month. So I'll be back when we have a contract to go out on that grant to hire the consultant. So they're looking for historic districts in Wapello and downtown. I know you know about this, but that's sort of our job to help push that along. I do a lot of the submitting of the bills and the writing of the contract for the consultant, and then we work with the consultant to do the inventories on the buildings, that kind of thing. Regional planning does some of that too, but we're pretty involved in that. So our plan for next year, that would be this year, 2025, we'd like to hold a workshop during Historic Preservation Month. Not this last year, but 2 years ago, we did a bus tour of some historic buildings and had a really great turnout. So we're hoping to do a workshop to preserve old woodwork. There's been a request for that. There isn't anyone in this area that does a lot of that. We'd like to complete the work of inventories and surveys of downtown Columbus Junction and downtown Wapello. And then after the completion of those inventories, I want to work with regional planning on seeing what we can do with them online. Our budget from you is $2,000 a year, or has been since I've been on the commission. And my term was up as of December. Do you know who you appointed to the commission for? Did you reappoint?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just.
There's 5 of us.
If you don't show up to the meeting, you automatically.
Yeah. Well, I'll find out from Susan who.
That's fine.
I think you guys just kept everything.
I think so. I think we
Yeah.
just kind of
Okay.
left it the way
Yeah,
it was.
and that's fine. And are you our supervisor?
I don't know.
Again, or-
I can be if you want me to.
Oh, well, there was someone, you were appointed.
There were.
We don't meet, we only
No,
have to
they're
meet
not.
3 times a year, and usually it's for approval of this, and then, it's not the same. When I get a request for information from billing, I contact the members and I say, if you know someone that we should approach, it's that kind of thing. But,
Yes, I'm still on it.
and
You,
Jake,
me, Gloria.
Yep.
Randy and Jake Shoka.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Great. Same.
Same,
which is
yeah.
fine. Okay, so do you have questions? Kevin, it's really a thumbnail sketch. It's really building. Most of what we do is somebody will say, they're gonna tear down. Okay, don't write this down. They're gonna tear down the library in Wapello. Is that historic? Isn't there something you can do? And then I do a little looking into first of all, we say, okay, hold on, let me call someone, and I do get calls from realtors. Is this building on the National Register? There aren't very many on the National Register. So the local historic signs that you've seen on Hotel Wapello and Courthouse has one too, over on the other side of the courthouse. Those signs are different. That's not National Register. And that actually doesn't get you anything except local recognition. The National Register puts you in line for grants and that are available only if you're on the National Register. That's why people want that designation. So that's sort of what we work on.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the Masons building that we bought. The
Oh,
very first one was built in 1887. And,
I'm sure it would be eligible.
yeah, who knows?
I haven't been in it in a long time. Has there been a lot of
Well, we're working on it right now.
changes?
No,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah, the look and feel of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you can, of course, add water and electricity and HVAC and those kinds of things don't keep you off the register, but some significant architectural changes. I mean, anyway, yeah.
On that question for you.
Yeah.
Are there any buildings at the county fairgrounds that qualify for that?
Well, perhaps the grandstands.
None of the buildings they want to replace?
You know what, those buildings, I don't think no, they don't want them on the register for one thing. I don't think there's anybody that's looking to, we've talked about that before at the fairgrounds and they want, sometimes, so there's a difference. So preserving the building means keeping that old building. And if what you really need is, let's talk about a jail. If you really need a new jail and that's the only land you have, then sometimes you put up a sign and you build a new jail, right? So, I mean, we have an old jail building here and that might be eligible for the National Register because you didn't tear it down and build a new jail in the same spot, right? So, so the fairgrounds want something new. They don't want to just renovate an older building to be the new one.
Because I know that schoolhouse down on 61, that cost a lot of money to go around that rather than tear that down too.
Yeah, Bethel Church.
Chad, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah,
Question for
sorry.
you.
Yeah.
Let's say there was an old railroad overpass over top of a dirt road, a gravel road. It's really obstructs a lot of traffic and it's a safety hazard.
And it's on the register now, right? That
And
one.
I don't
There is
know this.
one. There's one. in the
Now,
county.
there's an arch bridge over on private property. It's over at Creek. That's very cool. But this is more of a not cool thing. That's in the way.
Over by your place, I think, Kathy.
No. This is up in Union
So
Township.
the arch bridge that you're talking about probably is the one that's over by my place in the back side of the.
I'm asking, so the one south of your place there on L Avenue.
Yeah.
I think that one does have a stamp on it or something.
Yeah, 1898.
Okay, is that historical?
It's not on the register.
Okay.
Is it historical? Sure, it
Right.
is. But are you thinking of tearing it down?
One up.
You know what? I think if you abandon that little part
No,
of
I mean, in
abandon that little part of Bell Avenue, and I'll take care of that. I own the property on both sides, all the way up to the.
No, I'm talking about one up on
Yeah.
W66 that is on a farm to market road and is obstructing traffic for years. I'd like to tear it down.
Oh, so I can do some looking. I need the exact address of that. You email that to me.
Yeah, I got it here.
Um,
That's where it is. So there's Gladwin, it's west of Gladwin, this guy right here.
Yeah,
So,
on a gravel road, not a
yes,
paved road.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could email it to you.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'm sure you have my email, right?
I don't know, maybe
Okay.
I can send it to you if you don't.
at the. Yeah,
No, that's my old, that's, no,
Okay.
put in KJ. Sorry, so, okay,
Charlie.
JLY. Advance, VANC, advance.
Do we need a verbal motion
Almost.
first?
Well, I know, but it's now out, but it's.
Okay, what is
Yep, that's it, yep.
Great.
So,
Okay, well, that'll be on our work plan for this year too.
Do you need a motion for this?
Well, yes, because I have to send her, well, I have an agenda.
Annual.
I have to send the minutes, so after they get posted, I'll swipe them off.
okay, there you go.
Yes, that you approve the plan. I'm sorry, what you're doing is saying that, yes, I came and gave a report.
Mhm.
That's actually all you're doing. That's what we have to, because you are, the Board of Supervisors is our overarching, you assign our commission members and.
I'd look for a motion to approve the certified local government annual report. Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll get back to you about that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Gabby.
Thank you. Wait,
Oh,
no,
You send me a copy.
yes.
Thank you.
Number 10 says secondary roads union
I'll send it.
proposal presented to the board.
I gave you copies of it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to just recognize this.
There it is.
I think I already emailed you a copy, Jim. And I emailed
It's
you
the
the other
same
ones.
thing.
It's the same thing.
Oh.
I just had to have it on the board officially, but it just,
I do this through a motion.
no motion. You just
Right.
acknowledge you received it, just like the beginning.
And when are we? Have we talked at all about when we're gonna negotiate or?
They thought it was the 14th from what Paul was saying, but
yeah, I think it's right away from this one, so.
yeah, so it's 14th.
Fourth one, which if we wanted to before that, we could go into close to
Yeah.
come up with a
It's on the
strategy.
agenda to do it after the meeting.
You know, Paul's not here, so, yeah, we can talk about it. But
Yeah,
It'd be nice to have him here so we don't have to repeat everything
Yeah.
all the time.
well, I don't have my phone. I will say that.
Okay. Well, we got it. We'll review it and we'll go to the 14th and let's see what we come up with. Let's just have Adam start doing his road update, because the next one is about an application for right away, so go ahead, Adam.
Just want to do this, right away application, get that done.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, there's a new cell phone tower out on the street out there. It's up and ready. This is, Wisecom, connecting to it. They're gonna bore under the road. I don't see any problems with it, so.
You'll see a lot of these come through. About every month we get something coming through that they wanna.
Yeah, there was a new one up west of Junction this last year, so.
Most of the time, Adam, all the time, Adam will review them and then we'll have to make sure that they don't intrude on anything that we have planned or what's going on. I'd look for a motion to approve the application for Louisa Communications. I will second that. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Carries. Okay, so, I don't see a signature.
On the back of the picture.
I'll settle in at the office, so.
Do you need mine?
Do I do the motion? Motion by Kevin.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Some things, going on, last week, I had a phone call with T-Mobile, for government. I talked to them at the engineers conference and they've been trying to have a meeting with me. And we had one last week with, a couple agents and I and Joe Ellen, and we're gonna switch our service from US to T-Mobile. The coverage map appears to be better, and it'll save us $70 or $80 a month, so. Plus, we'll get new phones and new tablets and all those kind of things, so. Currently, we have 3 phones that we have, mine and Terry's and Nate, who's our mechanic, have phone service, and then we got 2 tablets. We use them for our signs management program that we can drive around and enter in signs and replace them and enter it all in there. And then we have one for our techs who do it for pipe work, anytime we do repairs and things like that. So it's just handy tools that we have, I guess. So, and then we've also got a hotspot that when we do surveying, the GPS talks to the satellites and all that. So anyway, so way to save money. I think the Wapello ambulance or fire department has switched to that too. So I'm guessing it's becoming a thing. So maybe something others can check into. So
When are you gonna make that happen?
we've got the new phones now. I have the program and eventually switch over to our numbers and all of that. So been kind of busy last day, so that. So other things I'm working on. The guys are out cutting trees. We're working still up on the island there. On the big trees, we have been hiring a local tree guide to come in and do those because there's some danger there. So, but there's danger in everything. So. So we're working on that. I'm working to get some quotes and things like that on the salt shed and things like that. So stuff to get plans done. Need to get final quotes from Hoop, so suppliers and all that. So
You'll the truck that you have advertised for sale, you bring those to us to open up, or
I can if you want to. I was just gonna do it in the office. So
and they're done due by when?
Friday or something? Seventh, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and we've had, I think we got like 5 bids on it. So, and we've had people swinging by, some people come down from Davenport or whatever to look at it. So I guess whatever. So other things, talked to Mac and our truck that we ordered last budgetary season was supposed to come in March, I believe. Our sign truck again is supposed to come in February or March. So we're kind of hoping to get those things up and moving, and then once that's done, we'll auction off a bunch of our old stuff too. So in terms of ordering equipment that has been approved for this budgetary cycle, do you want me to wait a couple weeks until you guys finally get through, or is my budget okay to order
Well,
stuff?
I know your budget has been approved, so.
Okay, because I mean, it'll take 9 to 12 months to get things in anyway, which is totally crazy. You know, back when I was doing this in 2020, you ordered and 3 months later you had a truck. Well, that's not.
Your was approved last year in your budget, so.
Okay.
As long as you don't exceed it.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Sure. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, Mike and Justin have been in some training classes and I'm kind of busy. I am taking a look at that overpass up there on on the W66. I did talk to a couple neighboring engineers, and they don't think it's anything historic. So I am gonna look at some quotes and like that, best way to do it as cheap as possible, so.
It's not railroad right away anymore.
No, so actually the over top of the thing was owned by the railroad, and then it was bought up by a Conseco or something out of Indiana. And it went to property tax sales, and we claimed it.
Okay.
And property tax sale.
I just don't want somebody coming back and saying,
No.
oh,
No,
no, it's.
so.
Okay.
Probably the way I'll do it is next winter, we'll have a project, and we'll do a lot of the tree clearing with our excavators and dozers, and we'll probably hire a local contractor with to come in and do it, so. That'd probably be the way I do it, that's probably the cheapest way to do it, so.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Great, is that it?
I think so,
Okay.
I think so.
Question,
Yes,
sir.
on the K Road, I think it's B 22, the State Strip Bridge,
yeah.
was you gonna do it all in one time, or was you gonna, it is slated for this coming?
So, I'm gonna let it out this fall. So,
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna let it out through the DOT this fall.
Okay, so you really don't know whether you'll do it one lane at a time or the whole bridge?
And tire bridge will be down, so, you know,
Be the whole bridge
Yeah.
and bypass,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a heck of a bypass.
well, it's not any worse than the Wapello Bridge was. but,
When you go by and F Avenue, come around the long way along the river and that,
The
Avoid the
detour
hill.
route will be past Elric and then west on 40th, because those are both farmer market routes.
and
We will throw down some on dust control, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's an open road, and yeah, that's the quickest and cheapest way to get the project done. So, I'm looking at doing a beam bridge, which will, rather than just a great big long, I think, or 10 foot long beams will be brought in and set. And that should be the fastest way of getting it done.
they'll replace the pillars and everything.
Yeah,
and everything, so.
so,
Then pour the deck on top.
yeah, all that, and then we'll replace about 100 feet of pavement on both sides of it, so. I mean, it's gonna be a project, but once it's done for all of our lifetimes, so.
And intentions are to do this next year fall or
So
something.
I'm gonna let it in, I think November is probably when I'll let it, so probably about a year from now, I imagine they'll start on bridge demo and all that. You know, just, it is what it is, so.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it for me, so.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Item number 12 is our wellness program with ISAC. We enter into a wellness program, and that helps lower our health insurance. You've probably been approached to be part of that wellness program, I reckon. And it does incentivize the people that are participating in the wellness program. I think it's up to $1 a day if they walk a certain amount of steps and do whatever they're supposed to do. Take their physical once a year. It's not a bad thing if we get enough people to participate, so. I would look for a motion to approve our wellness program agreement. Second that, is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Today is the 4th.
Yes.
Wage report. Maybe that was emailed, but I don't see it in the past.
It was emailed.
What are you looking for? Wage report for the county.
This one here?
Yeah, sure.
That local road safety plan that was scheduled for the 20th, is pushed back to the 27th. I think you all got the updated email. The consultants who are doing the work for the state and for us, they had something happen, so they can't come on.
Okay.
20th, but it would be the 27th, so.
All right,
Okay,
great,
thanks.
thank you.
This is right here. So this is our publication.
Thank you. Thanks for keeping me together.
I do need approval to, for publication on this.
Oh, yeah, publish it in paper. Okay, well,
And then she did a comparison for 23, so you can see the difference from 23 to 24.
that 3%.
Yes.
Does it include any of the roads people? Because we haven't negotiated the contract.
Well, no, this is what was spent in 24.
Oh, okay.
This is last year's.
year.
Yeah, this is all last
Okay.
year's.
Look for a motion to approve the wage report, 2024 wage report. So moved. Second, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Do you need to sign anything?
No.
Okay.
It'll just be published.
Okay, we got a 3-year FEMA compliance letter.
That was a list of them. I sent you.
Acquisition of 29 properties. So basically it's saying we're in compliance, that nothing's been built on these lots and they're still part of FEMA and we haven't done anything with it, so. Well, I know, but this is basically signing a letter saying we haven't. We haven't built a meatpacking plant on all these lots.
I'll make a motion to approve you to sign that.
Okay, I'll second that. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's it on my agenda. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? No? Okay, I look for a motion to adjourn. Second. Enjoy your day, Scott.